Alright, it will be time to have some fun. Now, I'm still a little bit mad that I deleted that video last week by accident. I know mistakes do happen, but I'm still kind of mad that I deleted a fun video like that. And for those of you who don't know, I was pretty much cleaning the storage of my device, and instead of saving the video that I haven't released, I went and deleted it by accident, thinking that it was an old one. And once I realized that mistake, I was pretty mad. I'm still pretty mad, but you know, mistakes happen, and hopefully I don't make the same mistake in the future. Anyway, I think I should have some pretty funny encounters today. I've been flying drone boats a lot. I actually want to fly other weapon ships, other ships besides drone boats, but I kind of started to enjoy drone boats a lot. And besides drone boats, I also do have some of the lower tier ships that I don't really consider to be serious ships. I fly them just to have fun, you know. And one such ship, I think you will see today in this video. Again, should be pretty funny, because you know, after all, the purpose of a game is to have fun. And let's go to the first target for today. And you might be wondering, that's a Inquisitor 2. This is a battle. Well, this is not a BattleFrig, but this is a LogiFrig. Well, in my hands, it is a BattleFrig, but and you might be thinking, okay, what am I about to do with this thing? You know, I have a bunch of very funny ships that I use to engage mining ships, and we have a retriever tackled. Alright, well, and the retriever has dropped drones, so let's orbit the retriever. And wait a second, where are the drones? Oh, the drones are engaging a rock, and the retriever has I think the retriever panicked a little bit, and they went to focus fire on an asteroid. Actually, they have one neutralizer on the bomber and the other neutralizer on the asteroid. That's pretty funny. Okay, now the drones came closer to us. Now my Inquisitor here is a little bit built for armor repairing. This is one of those frigates that's a bit tanky, and I think I should be able to tank 2 medium drones of the retriever, but I will play it safe, and I am going to focus fire on the drones. So first I will destroy the drones, and then I will focus on the big ship. Now both of the neutralizers are on the bomber. I don't know why. I actually expected one neutralizer on my own ship, but it seems like the retriever doesn't like the bomber. Okay. Or maybe the retriever thinks a Inquisitor isn't a threat. That would be pretty funny if that's the case. One more drone left, and then the retriever will hopefully be left without the drones. Okay, the other drone has been destroyed, and now let's focus fire on the retriever. Now I will try to conserve my capacitor in case I get neutralized. I need to have enough power to maintain the scramblers running, and the bomber also is probably doing the same, although I don't see the neutralizer effect anymore. Could be that the retriever left without capacitor. We have 4 scramblers combined on the retriever, so and it does smell like a stabbed retriever. All of our scramblers are definitely going to be needed to hold this ship, and the retriever is in hull. I'm usually maintaining a 0-kilometer orbit with the battle logi, primarily because the rockets, the missiles that I have on this ship don't miss, so any range, unless too far, is going to be sufficient to hit the target. And the retriever is destroyed. Well, that was pretty funny. And let's get the pod. Let's see what's inside of the wreck. Oh, a large neutralizer and a... okay, I'll take that. And let's delete the evidence in case more mining ships come later. You definitely don't want them to see a wreck in the asteroid field. They will be suspicious immediately. But yeah, that was pretty funny. And this is pretty much why I fly these little ships, because they're fun. They're fun little boats. 112 Milinisk. Definitely much more expensive than my Inquisitor. My Inquisitor costs like 5 million, I think. This is a very cheap little ship. I didn't look at the LogiFrig prices in a while, but they should be fairly cheap. I mean, who flies logistic frigates besides me?
Warp drive
I don't
active.
think anyone flies these things besides me. I haven't seen anyone else fly the Logi frigates. And yeah, I mean, I said that in the past, but I like to find purpose for ships that don't have purpose. And yeah, the Logi frigates can definitely be
Docking
good
request
for
accepted.
hunting mining ships. They're fun ships for pretty much just having fun. Okay, let's go to the next target. It will be a little bit more serious. We have a battlecruiser. Now, I don't know how long this battlecruiser was floating around and running the mission. All I
Warp
know
drive
is when I looked back at the screen, the ship was there, and I think the ship is orbiting at the... yeah, they are definitely orbiting, and it does not look like there is a good warping to this battlecruiser. Yeah, they definitely moved. That is definitely not 100 kilometers from the gate. So that means I will have to be a little bit creative, and I'll have to find
Warp drive active.
a good angle, a good position to land on the... to land as close as possible to the battlecruiser. And this is why I love the Stratius. If I were in any other ship right now, the battlecruiser would have warped off, because they would see me. With the Stratius, I can scout and basically be the DPS at the same time. Something that one other cruiser is able to do, something one destroyer is able to do, and something bombers and a frigate.
Warp drive
do.
active.
Obviously, Sister of Eve ships, Concord frigate, Concord cruiser, and bombers have that ability. For now, at least. That can change in the future, obviously, but for now, only those ships can pretty much do that. Okay, well, let me go and change
Warp
the
drive
warp
active.
pin again. I might have found a good warping from this anomaly. Basically, the idea the battlecruiser had with orbit is good. Unfortunately, they haven't been careful enough to orbit in such a way that they don't cross the path
Warp
of
drive active.
other objects in the system. When you do an orbit, make sure that you orbit in empty space, basically. You want to have nothing between your ship the mission and exterior structure, because that way a cloaky ship can intercept you, which is pretty much what I'm about to do here with the Stratius here. And 41 kilometer, which is working for me actually, because it gives me enough time to see where they're flying towards, and it gives me enough time to figure out what I want to do. And I will go for an approach, a slower approach, but still a approach, just hoping that they keep this current trajectory. You know, the battlecruiser probably thinks that they're safe because they're orbiting. There's no way that someone can intercept. Well, we have to make sure that there's no other structure aligning and basically be leading towards your ship. And it just, the most important thing is to, you know, make it doesn't matter how up or down you are from the ship, you just need to land within the vicinity of the ship, and then if the enemy ship is actually going towards you, you can adjust for any small mistakes. And well, the battlecruiser has been tackled. I am going to go for a 0 kilometer orbit. I am not going to load bombard in this case. I don't think bombard is needed. If I had bombard, this battlecruiser would have already been deleted, but you know, I don't really have to use that implant for every single ship. I might take my time with this one, for example. They are in the hole.
We're under attack.
Well, they did decide to open fire, but that's a little bit too late.
Attack.
And the battlecruiser has been destroyed. Okay, let's take a look at the loot. Not bad. I'll take any loot I can get. And let's get the pods, and we can warp out, and we can cloak.
Warp drive active.
Well, it took some time to catch the battlecruiser, but not a big deal. I would say it was worth it. Another example, a good example of why orbiting is actually a smart thing to do if you are running a LowSec mission. 183 million, not bad. The build is on the cheaper side, but it took me quite a while to actually get to the battlecruiser. Okay, next. Now we have multiple targets in the system. There is one. I think there's actually 2 enforcers just creeping around, and there is a LowSec. Obviously, the primary target will be the LowSec. I'm waiting for the LowSec to be tackled. I took the Dominous Navy. I have sentries because I plan to go long range. I actually started to use sentries on Dominous Navy, and honestly, I do like them. Sentries on this thing are pretty scary.
Warp
And well,
drive active.
let's see what happens. Well, actually, there's only one enforcer in the system. There have been 2 enforcers in the system, and I kind of expected the enforcers to pop in, and I kind of thought the enforcers might be with the rattlesnake, so I took the nastiest ship I have. This thing can probably delete an enforcer in one cycle with bombard. Okay, locking on the rattlesnake, siege enabled, drones launched, and well, that's definitely not a bait rattlesnake, that's for sure. Well, okay, shield and armor just deleted like that, and now a little bit of hull left, and the rattlesnake has been destroyed. And my weapons still did not leave. They were still not on cooldown, by the way. The Dominous Navy with sentries is definitely scary.
Warp drive active.
And I think these sentries are not even the DPS ones. Yeah, they're not the DPS ones. Okay, they are the the sniper ones. Okay, I also have I have the other nanocore with lower DPS. The Thermo 2 nanocore is nasty, but I have the Sky nanocore on the Dominix because honestly I don't really feel the need to take the Thermo 2 core and equip it. I can, but I'm just a little bit lazy, so I'll just use what I have. And 2.7 billion, no, not bad. Not going to complain. They did have a scrambler though, so that's interesting. And I actually anticipated the Enforcer to pop in, but the Enforcer did not pop in. I don't know why. I mean, honestly, if I were an Enforcer and if I saw a rattlesnake get deleted in 15 seconds, I mean, I wouldn't engage as well, by the way. So maybe I shouldn't have went ham on the rattlesnake, but I just didn't want to risk losing our bomber, and did not want to risk having our ships blopped, which could happen at any moment of time, to be honest. And let's go to the next target. I took my RB out, and we have a Omen. Oh, let's go and yeet the Omen, because why not? The good old RB. Well, this is not the good old RB, this is the classic RB. Which is, by the way, still a very good ship. With Bombard, you can do some pretty fun stuff with the RB. I actually see a lot of potential with the cheaper ships with implants, although one thing I don't like about that is that it only seems to work if the implant is high level. That's the thing I don't like, to be honest, but it is what it is. I have a high level Bombard, and the RB can be used really well with this idea in mind. Well, this is not going to take long. A little snack for the RB. There we go, and let's take a look at what's inside of the wreck, although I don't really expect to see much in the wreck, but I'll just take a look for collection purposes. I don't know if I mentioned that before, but I managed to clean my hangar. It's actually not that bad scrolling through the hangar now. Took me a while to clean it, but I did, and now it's much better. Now I can properly maneuver around my hangar, and with my items that I have in the hangar, everything is stored.
Warp drive active.
Everything looks nice now. Which is a problem I had for quite a while, because I wasn't really able to equip the ship in a proper time frame, because I had to scroll like 20 minutes just to get to the module, and that's thankfully fixed, and I don't have that problem anymore. Well, that's a cursed build. 5-6 years into the game, and we still see hybrid tanked ships. You cannot make that up. It's been almost more than half a decade, and we still see the same damn build. I have no words, really. Like, that's impressive, not gonna lie. That's impressive, not gonna lie. But and actually I thought how to end the video for today, and you know what? Let's end the video on some good old salt. Now, it's been some quite a lot of salt, actually. Let me just show you some of it. Do you remember that Omen from 3 seconds ago? Well, that Omen decided to inform all players coming in that we have pirates here. Not like we all knew that for the last 3-4 years. Not like we knew this for the last 3-4 years. But I find that pretty funny. I wish I recorded more of the salt. There's some priceless. I think then I might start to just end the videos with some salt, because I think that's pretty funny. But yeah, with that being said, that would be it for today. Hope you guys enjoyed this little run, and there's going to be more, obviously. And with that being said, stay safe, fly safe. As always, I'll see you next time.